Hey traders, let's do an update on the indices, on the American indices, shall we? Let's actually do that, and let's actually go through what I'm seeing in this market. Now, firstly, anything I do say in this video is general advice only. You know, right now, especially right now, the market is very whippy, and also you're going to get a lot more, I would say, a lot more volatile times moving forward through the rest of this year. So make sure you got your shit handled basically before you start trading the markets, pretty much. Okay, make sure trade management, risk management, all that sort of stuff goes into a good trader. Anyway, let's get on to this. Firstly, I want to look at the S&P 500 and show you what I see, and yeah, we'll go from there. So the first thing I do see is if I bring up my, can I bring up my drawing? Cool, I can. So first thing I do see is that this here is a head and shoulder formation. Okay, as you can see, left shoulder, you can actually see it goes left shoulder, head, right shoulder, down. Okay, so you can see the head and shoulder formation, and also you could probably maybe class this as a double top here, you know what I mean? So very bearish patterns on that overall. Now, one thing I do say is, let me actually bring this chart up here that has no indicators, and let me show you what I see here. Now, first thing you can see, obviously, that the market rejected this point here and started to come off really quickly. Now you can see the last couple of times it actually got to here, or not a couple of times, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 7 times it's actually bounced off this, and now it's broke through right now to the downside. And you can see today, as I'm doing this recording, you can see it rejected off there and came back down. So to me, I see that we have a bit more downside to come. And I do see that based on what we're seeing here, this is a major rejection level here. I do see another down bar coming to at least here, or at least down the bottom here of this area through, around about this area through here. So another down day, or a more downside, I believe, is likely to happen based on what I'm seeing here. Now, that's what I'm seeing on the S&P 500. You can see what's happening there, okay? If I bring up the hourly chart, okay, you can see what's happening now as well too. It's been hit it once, hit it twice, and now rejecting down. So, but what I do say is we're likely to get a lot more volatile times moving forward, as I said before. So let's bring up the Dow Jones. Let me show you what I'm seeing on the Dow Jones. Now, firstly, the Dow Jones has come down to the support level, and there's also, actually, you can see it's rejecting off that support level there. It is at that support level right now. If it breaks down, continues down, then we do look like we have, there's like a bit of a area around that 17,200. Looks like it may be a target area around that area of where the market is likely to go to. So that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, one thing I do want to show you is this. Last couple of times we actually bounced off the 200. We went straight through it and went straight back above it. Okay, you can see how it rejected it this time. But this time it actually just closed just below the 200, and now it's rejecting the 200 as a resistance. So, yeah, just be careful of that, guys. And one thing I must say, I've said this in past videos, but the majority of people that trade the market right now, and I dare say big fund managers, are on the put side of this market. Puts are really expensive. Calls are really cheap. So they're obviously seeing something that we are not seeing, if that's the case, okay? Majority rule. So put options it is, as in like not buying put options, but you know, don't just go out and buy put options. I'm just telling you that there's an overall bias on this downside likely to come, okay? Now let's look at the Russell here. Obviously the Russell started to come down. You can see it started to slowly crawl up now, and now it's breaking below the 52, breaking below all these moving averages through here. We're getting the stochastics coming down here as well too. And one thing I do see, okay, is firstly we are at this top of this channel line here, but more importantly, we can actually see this overall whole level through there is an area of resistance. If I bring this other chart up here with no indicators on, you can actually see this area here is a bunch of resistance. It broke back up, it came straight back down, then tested as support. So even if we get another 1 or 2 updates, this is likely to be resistance, and then down we go. So that's based on that there. Let's go to and then the last one, which is the Nasdaq. And as you can see, it hit it once, hit it twice, broke above it, came back down, and now it's actually basically at that area of support right now. It's struggling at that area right now. where we see, and you can see once again on the weekly chart here that I've had up for a while, we are at that level now where you can see, especially these lows here, so we are at that little bit of support. Just below that is also this trend line coming into play as well. So that's what I do see, guys, on the markets today. Again, lots of bearish activity out there, especially on the S&P and the Dow Jones. Let's see what happens. But at the end of the day, guys, the point of me doing this is just to give you a bit of an update of what the indices are doing. But that being said, you know, if you look at the market, even though the market, you know, 2 days ago was down over 2%, you had stocks that are up 2, 3, 4, 5, 9%, you know. So it doesn't mean all the stocks are trading. If you trade the indexes, such as the S&P or the Dow Jones, then that's a different story. But if there's a really nice setup on a chart and it's setting up really nicely and it's a trade, then just take it regardless of what you think is going to happen to the market. Because I guarantee you, what you think and what actually happens is two different things most of the time. This is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go clever. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.